To celebrate 25 years of EURES, we searched all over Europe for success stories and achievements that have benefited job seekers, workers, employers, and the EURES network over the last quarter of a century. The story you're about to hear features in a collection of EURES 25 podcasts, so make sure you check out the rest of them on the EURES portal. Hello everyone, and welcome to another EURES podcast, where we travel around Europe in search of great stories on freedom of movement and the role that EURES plays in them. My name is Katerina. I'm a communication specialist working with ECHO to bring this podcast to you. Today, we're traveling to Romania to meet Raluca, a new EURES advisor. Even though Raluca has only been part of the network since April 2019, so not even a year, she's already proving her worth by coming up with original initiatives to reach out to new audiences. In this case, 12th grade students. Welcome, Raluca, and thank you so much for sharing your story with us. I think I'll start by asking you to tell us a few words about yourself, where you're from, and your background.
Hello, and thank you so much for inviting me. I'm from Brașov County. I'm sure you've all heard of Nadia Comaneci, the famous gymnast, or Gheorghe Hagi, one of the greatest football players of all time, or even Dracula. I graduated from the Modern Applied Languages University in Brașov, so I'm an English translator and teacher. Because I enjoy working with people so much, I later decided to also become a sociologist. I hold a master's degree in Human Resources Management and Development. Since graduating, I've worked as an English teacher at high schools and as a Human Resources Specialist in Recruitment and Selection. But starting with April 2019, I was hired as an inspector at Brașov County Agency for Employment, with responsibilities as an EURES Adviser.
As our listeners know, EURES targets employers and job seekers. How did you think of this unique initiative to reach out to 12th grade students?
Well, it all started when I met one of my former students by accident in a shop. We chatted and he told me what happened to his cousin, Bogdan, who went to work in Germany after seeing, of course, an ad on Facebook. Unfortunately, when he arrived there, nothing was as it seemed, meaning no accommodation, no contract, no social insurance, 10-hour workdays. Bogdan has just graduated from high school and his dream was to work abroad. But finally, his story ends with him coming back home. He's now a student at the University of Economics in Brașov. But his story made me realize that 12th grade students will soon be graduates and that they will be intrigued by the miracle of foreigners. So I considered it my duty to inform them about the EURES portal and its benefits so that there will be no more cases like Bogdan's.
And with that in mind, what was the main purpose and the goals of this initiative?
As an EURES advisor, I felt it was my duty to inform as many people, especially students and future graduates, of this great opportunity that's available for them and of which they had no idea. The main goal of my initiative was to spread the news between high school students who, after graduation, would become job seekers, and to help them avoid an unpleasant experience abroad, particularly through the EURES portal.
And can you describe the initiative for us? How did you start? Who did you reach out to? Where did you do this initiative?
Yes, of course. So my plan was to inform and to draw attention to as many future graduates as I can about the risks of trusting unsecure ads for job seekers from unknown sources and falling into the trap of misleading employers. I considered it a moral responsibility as an EURES advisor. So I contacted the high school principal of one of the most important high schools in town, the National College Andrei Bărseanu. I explained to him what I wanted to do and the reason why I thought it was so important for students. He gladly accepted and offered me the chance to do my presentation to all the 12th grade classes during their homeroom because he considered it a very important topic. The first presentation took place on the 26th of September, and depending on their feedback, we'll schedule more with other classes. Everything went as planned. The feedback was more than good. It was excellent. The good news spread quickly, and the teachers invited me to come and to explain to their students the advantages of using the EURES portal instead of other unsecure recruitment channels. Can you imagine the joy I felt when hearing this? The next step was to plan the next four meetings for the 10th of October.
And how many of these meetings were held at how many different high schools?
The first five meetings out of the scheduled 10 were held at the same high school because I didn't want to leave aside any student. I felt they should all be made aware, so this is the reason why I wanted to go to all five classes. The remaining five, or possibly more, are scheduled to take place in 2020 at National Colleges Nicolae Titulescu and Mircea Cristea from Brașov.
And how many students in total participated?
In total, there were 109 students from the five classes.
Wow, those are great numbers. And how
Mhm.
long was each meeting?
Each meeting lasted 1 hour. I consider it would be more efficient to do it separately in every class instead of gathering over 100 students, I don't know, in one huge room where they wouldn't have the chance to ask questions, to express their opinions freely, or search on the portal.
And how was each meeting structured? Was there an oral presentation? Did you use PowerPoint or some other tool?
Yes, I structured my presentation into three main parts. First of all, some ice-breaking exercises so that the students could feel comfortable, relaxed, and open to freely ask questions. Then, I continued with a PowerPoint presentation of the EURES portal, its main advantages and structure, job opportunities, etc. In the second part, we searched for jobs together and we created a job seeker account. This practical part totally grabbed the students' attention. They were very interested and curious, delighted that they had this chance. And the third part of our meeting was dedicated to discussions, questions, debates, and filling in the assessment questionnaires. In case they needed further information, I expressed my availability to help by giving them my contact details and offering brochures and leaflets.
Like you just said, in these meetings, you presented the EURES network and its benefits to the high school students. But what exactly did you tell them about the network and the benefits?
My main purpose when I started to plan this activity in schools was to guide high school students, future graduates and job seekers to act responsibly when searching for a job abroad and to be informed that the EURES network is a trusted source. It was very important for me. I presented the structure of the network, how it works, and how easily it can be used as a tool in finding a job or contacting an employer. It wasn't necessary for me to stress so much on the benefits because I let my audience discover them alone. Based on the information delivered, the outcome was clear. My focus group exercise paid off. The most important identified benefits, as they said, were the fact that it was very easy to search for information on the portal, it's free, it's very well structured, there are available contact details for EURES advisors, and of course the chat and the help desk.
That's fantastic. And how did they react to your presentation? Did they find it useful? Did they have any questions?
Their feedback, oral and written in assessment questionnaires, was for me the main proof that I did my job properly. They consider my presentation very useful and interesting due to the fact that they hadn't previously heard of EURES. Not to mention that a significant number of jobs available on the portal gave them the hope of succeeding in building a career abroad under safe and decent conditions.
That is great news. And when the meetings finished, did the students take home any materials? Has any of them contacted you so far?
Oh, they took home all available materials. They even asked for more for friends, relatives, neighbors. they knew were searching for a job abroad. I'll wait for them to contact me after graduation in June 2020 when they will decide the path of their future career. I don't know, either to pursue university studies or search for a job. But from what they've told me, around half of them are planning a career abroad, especially in countries such as Germany, UK, or Netherlands.
And what do you hope the students learn from these meetings?
These meetings and the ones planned are meant to teach them the lesson of, you know, not trusting the friend of a friend who knows someone who can help me find a job abroad. You've all heard this, I'm sure. Instead, they have at their disposal such a user-friendly, trustworthy, and a free tool with so many benefits. This is the message I wanted to transmit, and I'm almost sure that 109 students listened to my advice and will use the EURES portal when searching for a job in any UA country.
Since we're talking about school and students, what did their teachers and parents have to say about these meetings?
After my first presentation, the teachers from the other four classes contacted me to say that they had all heard about my initiative from other colleagues and were interested in participating in the project with their classes. So the overall feedback from teachers based on what their students told them was very good.
And finally, in your opinion, Raluca, who was the best and the biggest success of this initiative?
The fact that most of them are planning to go and work abroad in the future. They are so excited by the idea of working in another country. And taking all this into consideration, I think that they have to be informed and aware of all aspects of living and working in a foreign country.
Indeed, and the EURES network plays a crucial role in that process. And the success of your initiative, Raluca, just goes to show that Europeans really do need the expert knowledge of people like you before they go abroad. Thank you very much, Raluca, for sharing your story with us today. And thank you for listening. I hope you join us for our next EURES podcast.